everyone, and welcome back to another Buenos Aires vlog. Today we are going to do a different type of video. We are going to be tracking how much I spend in a day living in Buenos Aires. Today is Saturday, so I spend a lot more on the weekend compared to what I do during the weekday. And we're going to divide this video into two parts. So today I'm going to share with you guys the cost of living on a weekend, and then in the second half of this video we're going to talk about what I spend in a weekday. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm really excited for this video because Michael and I are actually on our way to do something really fun. We're in Belgrano right now. We just got done watching the movie. We saw Wild Robot, but we saw it in Spanish without subtitles. And honestly, I understood about 90% of it. And the movie was really good. If you're looking to watch it and you want to get popcorn, I have to tell you mine and Michael's popcorn strategy. You have to get salty and sweet popcorn mixed, like half and half. It was so incredibly good, but I highly recommend the movie. And we spent 7,000 pesos for each of our tickets. We got popcorn and a water, which ended up being like 7,000 pesos. And then we got a few snacks from the supermarket before we went in. Just a few candies, because obviously. And that costed us like 5,000 pesos. So in total, for one person to go here, it ended up being like 13,000 pesos, I think, for each of us, which ends up being like 10 US dollars, which is such a steal for movie standards, in my opinion. And the movie was really good. And one more thing before it gets too loud, I'm like right near the street. It is half off on Mondays through Wednesdays. I'm not sure if all the movie theaters are like that, but I think if you're going to one near you, check to see if it's half price on Wednesday. Loudest bus. We're doing our best. Michael and I were thinking about going to get like a merienda or some food or dinner right after the movie, but we ate so much popcorn. The bucket was ginormous, and I ate like a packet of rockets. Michael had like some sour gummies, and I'm so full. So we're gonna just walk around Belgrano. We're really close to Cabildo. Maybe we'll walk into a few shops, but then we're probably gonna end up taking the bus home. And taking the bus home will be like 500 pesos, like 25-ish cents. And we also took it here too. So it's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, it is stunning outside. And I did pick up a really cute thing while we were out because we were close to the Belgrano Feria, like the artist craft. And look at how cute this is. This is like a little keychain holder, and look how good it is made. We're gonna put this right next to the door to like hang our keys and stuff on. I have never seen like something so cute like this before. And you're gonna have to excuse Max because he has the itchies. But this costed us 3K pesos, which was about 2-ish US dollars. And I wanted to share with you guys something that I got yesterday because I had a really fun experience yesterday. I went to Parque Saavedra with my friends, and we had like mate in the park. They brought mate, and they taught me more about how to drink mate, because when I were to drink mate before, and I'm gonna put this out there, no one ever told me this before, so there was no way that I was supposed to know this, but like I would drink some and then I would give it back to the person who gave it to me, but I didn't know you're supposed to like drink all of the water that's in the mate until it makes like that slurping sound. and then give it back. Because for me, like when I sip, like my iced coffee that you guys see me make in the morning, I drink that for hours. I'm such like a sipper. So I never want to hold the mate too long. So that's why like I was always giving it back. And my friend was like, guys, let's just teach her so she knows. So it was really, really sweet of them to teach me that. And now I know. So I can have mate in the park now. And I brought facturas and I have a bunch left over. We're probably going to snack on these later. And I got a dozen facturas for 7,800 pesos yesterday. And the price of like a dozen facturas always varies depending where you go. And oh my gosh, these ones yesterday, I really liked them. And you can see that Max really wants them, but he obviously can't have it. And we have a few leftovers. Michael snacked on a lot of these for breakfast today, and we still have so much left over. We're gonna probably have it for a snack later today. And later tonight, like RG time later tonight, we're probably gonna order in food because Saturdays are our days where we treat ourselves either with a meal out or a meal in, because we love food and we like trying new places. So I don't want to hold ourselves to it yet, but we may get shawarma tonight because shawarma has been like one of the things that like no matter what type of mood I'm in, like I can go for a shawarma. And it's for typically a really good price. Like a shawarma with fries can be like 8,000, 9,000-ish pesos, which is like $7 US. And it's so good. The one that does it near our house is phenomenal. Like it's so good every single time. So maybe like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tonight, like a true RG time. We may order that later, but I'll let you know. What is it? You just want all the scratchies. And we're back into Gatorade season. We got this at the beginning of the week, so it's free for today. But we go through about 3 of these a week because it's finally getting hot. And when we're out so much walking, I'm really bad. Even though I try my hardest to drink a lot of water, I never get as much water into my system as I need. So I always need some electrolytes. And someone recently commented on one of my videos saying that I do not show Poco enough in the videos. So we have to go say hi to her. Look at you. Okay. Oh yeah. Hey. Yeah, I know. Those of you who don't know, Polka is a Bengal cat, so she's like a little bit exotic. But we did adopt her. We adopted her in 2020. She was 3 years old because we found her on a Craigslist posting. And she was mine and Michael's very first cat. And she looks like a cheetah a little bit. So when we brought her here to Buenos Aires, Argentina, she's a Bengal cat, and there are some countries that don't allow Bengal cats to come in. But if Argentina was one of the countries that did not allow Bengal cats to come in, we would not have even thought about going to Argentina because there was no way that she was going to leave us or we were going to leave her. So we were really fortunate when we found out that Argentina does, because I know they have like very strict laws and they have like a lot of like preventative measures, so like animal trafficking doesn't happen in the country. And because Polka looks the way she does and she has like this exotic background, we were worried, but it all worked out. Good morning, guys. It is the second day of this video because I wanted to do a what I spend in a day weekend version and what I spend in the day weekday version. And it is a Thursday today. It's like 6:40ish in the morning right now, and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm gonna leave in like 5 minutes. And I wanted to take you through a weekday in my life of what I spend, because what I spend on the weekday versus what I spend on the weekend is completely different. Because on the weekend I go out to more cafes, I eat out more, and my weekdays are very chill. I just about spend the whole entire time inside except for the morning when I go to the gym. And today is upper body day, so I'm going to train chest, shoulders, tricep, upper back, lower back. And my gym membership comes out to be, I think, around 35,000 pesos, which is like
$30 US a month. So today we are starting off our day bright and early at like 6:40 in the morning by spending $1 US, about 1,000 pesos about, to go work out. And my gym is okay. It has AC, but in the morning, because I go at 7 a.m. right when it opens up, there is no AC on. So, but I think that's a plus, that although my gym has AC and they're not turning on it yet, when it gets super, super hot in the summer, they will turn it on, because the last gym that Michael and I went to, it did not have AC, and it was like the worst experience ever going there in the summer. But let's go get a good morning workout in.
Just left my house. I'm walking to the gym right now, and my headphones say low battery.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
Worst news ever.
From the gym, and although my headphones did die, it was actually kind of nice to just like work out without like a bunch of stuff going in my ears. Sometimes I listen to a podcast, and most times I listen to music, and it was really nice today. I watched a YouTube video not too long ago about like people should try at least once in a while to go outside without listening to music or a podcast and just like observe life around them. And being in Buenos Aires, there is so much to observe. And if you're looking for like a tip to get out there and just try to push yourself to walk more and observe more things in your city, or if you're living in Buenos Aires or another part of Argentina or another part around the world, the girl I was watching, she was like, go outside and try to find a certain color like 5 times, like walk until you find the color purple 5 times, or walk until you find something funny or strange or different, like walk until you find something, set a goal for yourself. And I haven't tried that yet, but that's actually like a really good idea. What is Polka doing right now? Mama, what are you doing? You guys know that this is my favorite breakfast in the whole entire world. I put in yogurt, frutilla, and arándanos, which is just yogurt, strawberry, and blueberry. Sometimes I put in banana, sometimes I don't. Usually I'll like cover it with like cereal or something like that too. But yogurt, like a thing of yogurt, gets me 2 breakfasts worth, and it's typically like 2,000 to 2,500 pesos, which is about, I don't know, like $2-ish. So the yogurt in today's breakfast was like $1. The frutilla, we usually get it by a kilo or medio kilo, just like kind of depending. And I think this week's kilo costed us like 3,000 pesos, which is about $2.50. And I use like just 5 strawberries, and a kilo lasts us usually for a week. And then arándanos, we usually get a thing for like 2,000-ish pesos, and which is like, I don't know, $1.50, $2, just depending. And so the blueberries in here added up to like 25 cents because I use it for the whole entire week. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. We just buy all the fruit in the beginning of the week, and it lasts us through the very end of the week. And of course, we can't talk about what I spend the day without talking about Max and Polka and what they eat. Just like with my breakfast, their breakfast lasts us through like the whole entire week. We just buy 1 big bag of dog food, and we buy individual packs of like wet food, and we just put it in, and it adds like extra to their breakfasts and their meals, and they really like it. You can kind of see him right here. Are you so excited? The This is like literally why I never vlog during the weekday or like tell you guys like what I'm doing on the weekday, because this is exactly what you would see. You would just see me on the computer for hours. It's 10 a.m. right now, and I just finished working half of my curriculum director job, and now I'm going to get ready to teach, which involves us moving this desk all the way to the other side of the room, me getting teaching ready, presentable, because I can't teach in this, and then teaching for like 2 hours, and after that I have a meeting with this job I just took a pause for, and I'm gonna work more. So that's why I don't always vlog when I work, because this is what you would see me sitting down, typing on a computer, looking at a computer for hours every single day. And just like that, we are ready to teach. But quickly first, I'm going to make an iced coffee to let it sit in the fridge, so that way when I'm done teaching, I'll be able to have my iced coffee. That is like my reward after teaching. I teach for about 2 hours during the day, and then I reward myself with an iced coffee. And honestly, I say this all the time, my students are absolutely amazing. I'm so blessed. They are funny, they are intelligent, they're honest with me. Like, I couldn't ask for a better group of students, and I'm having so much fun teaching this year. They are amazing. I have a supportive admin. I teach virtually, like up on like the smart board in the classroom, but I have an in-person teacher who is just so supportive. She is amazing. I could not have asked for a better person to help me like manage the classroom. She's the one in the room, like navigating and managing the classroom and being the person in the room, and I'm up on the board teaching, and she's amazing. Like, I have been so incredibly blessed with this teaching situation. I'm so happy. Like, it's like really a highlight to my day. It really is. But we still need a reward, as always, for completing the small tasks throughout the day, and for me that is an iced coffee after. So let's get that going. Before, I used to make my iced coffees with the Starbucks big bag, and when I first got it last year, it costed me like 10,000 pesos, and I went to go buy a brand new one this year because I haven't made a coffee with the espresso machine in like a year, and they rose the price to like 25-ish thousand pesos. Ooh. I no longer get my bag of coffee from Starbucks. I got this one from La Virginia, and I love this one. I actually like this one so much more than the Starbucks one, and this was about 10-ish thousand pesos, so maybe like 9-ish, 8-ish US dollars, and the coffee is so good. I hear a lot of times people are like, the Starbucks coffee here is not that good and all those things, and like, this is like my opinion. Like, the bag Starbucks is not better than, I guess, the local brands here. Like, this one is so delicious. It's so good. If you're not new here, you already know the drill. I use Polka's cat scratcher to put my laptop on, and then I teach just like this, and I have this amazing whiteboard that has been so incredibly helpful this year. It's really worth noting that I would not be able to teach without Wi-Fi. We pay about 30-ish thousand pesos a month, which adds up to be like 25 US dollars a month. So today we're spending about $1 again on Wi-Fi, but there have been times when the Wi-Fi has gone out, like especially when we first moved in, you guys know, and in the summer power outages are more common. Thankfully, we've been able to use our hotspot on our phones if that happens. I do use Claro, which I really have good experiences with Claro. Some people use Movistar or some of the other ones. I pay about 5,000 pesos a month, and when I don't have Wi-Fi, or if there's a Wi-Fi outage, it rarely happens, but I can still use the hotspot on my phone, and it works very, very well. So I've been really pleased with that, and it's nice to have like a backup option as well. It was super easy to set up too. Like, we went to, I think, Alto Palermo, and we brought our passports if you're coming to Buenos Aires, and we went to the Claro store, and they hooked us up like that day. It was really easy, took us like 10 minutes. But I really have to get on the call right now to teach, so I will talk to you guys later. It just does something to me, it really does.
logging back into the curriculum director job because I have a meeting. Usually I don't have a meeting right when I get done with teaching, but this one is happening like right now. It does. Okay. Good morning. If only you guys could smell this right now. It smells delicious. It smells literally so good. Today's lunch is actually free because we bought it last night for dinner. We are having, well, I'm having leftover veggie wok from Fabric Sushi, and I think this is one of my favorite woks. Before, I used to love adding like beef and chicken into my woks, but like I've been really enjoying just a plain veggie wok. This was so good, and I've gotten 2 meals out of it, dinner last night and lunch today. I think we paid 9,000 pesos for this one, and it was so good. They were doing a deal on Pedidos Ya, and we normally do not eat out or order food in during the weekday. But we were so tired yesterday because we got back a little bit late because we met up with our landlord yesterday to discuss the possibility of re-signing our place here. We have been here for almost a year. Our rent ends, or our lease ends, in December. And we want to resign here for like a year and a half would be ideal, until June of 2026. But we talked about, you know, the expenses and what the price of rent would be and everything. Right now we pay rent and we pay electricity and Wi-Fi for ourselves. He pays the building expenses, the gas, and the water. And if you're living in Buenos Aires, if you're renting in Buenos Aires, you probably know that the expenses, a lot of things have gone up in price, but I know the building expenses have been one thing that have specifically like risen the price of rent. In just my own opinion, from what I've observed, this is my first time like thinking about renting in a little bit, so I'm just kind of getting myself back into the renting game and house hunting and things like that. So he proposed to us increasing the rent, but also paying, honestly, about close to 300,000 pesos extra month between what the price of rent would be and the building expenses and the water and the gas, which 300,000 pesos is a huge monthly rent increase. And this is coming from someone who is from New York, where the price of rent is astronomical, and I have never experienced a rent price increase like that in my whole entire life. So we were really excited about talking to him yesterday about extending our contract and staying here, but I think we left that conversation, me personally, feeling a little bit defeated because that's a huge increase, and it's not strict. Like, we talked about it back and forth. We are renting a 1-bedroom apartment that is unfurnished, and comparatively with what the price we could pay from what he was originally suggesting to us could be what we could pay if we were to get a 2nd bedroom, which would be amazing for Michael and I to just have an extra workspace, being in the house mostly. You guys have seen today how much I work. This is like my 1 30-minute lunch break. Speaking of that, I need to take a bite of this. Incredible. You gotta run to Fabric Sushi if you haven't done so already. So I think I'm the type of person where like I will go home after speaking with my landlord and just search and search and search the price of apartments where we are and potential areas we would want to live in. There's a lot of pros of staying where we are. One being that we love it here and we really love our neighborhood, and we feel like this is like the perfect spot for us to be in right now. 2, though, with the price increase of what rent could be, we could very easily get a 2-bedroom but we don't want to move. Just the whole thought of moving is very stressful, but also the thought of having a second bedroom would be fantastic. And I don't know. I really don't know. I know the price of rent and renting is a very sensitive topic, and it's a topic that's affecting a lot of people. And we always kind of find ourselves just like unfamiliar with renting practices here and what's typical and what's normal versus what's not typical versus what's not normal. So if you have any renting suggestions, opinions, places, or where to look for a decent apartment to rent, let us know down below. We have gone through this process. I think this is like our 4th time going through the renting process here. The thought of moving is like one of the things that provokes the most, I think, anxiety in me, because how would I even begin that process doing it here? Like, at least in the New York, it's like me and Michael would just rent a U-Haul and we would just move the furniture ourselves, and like we would just do it ourselves in like a day or two. But here it's like the thought of hiring movers and finding the right movers and having someone else do it, and, you know, trusting someone with my belongings and driving to the new place and both of us splitting up and then doing it with Max and Polka, like without a car, and doing like the Uber thing back and forth. Like, it's such a big thing. It's not as easy as it was in New York. So that is something that we're currently going through, and I think it's surprising that it's happening right now as I'm doing the cost of living. I told you guys before, like, we are paying our rent here is $550 US, and we go by the blue rate, but we pay in pesos. Keep in mind though that Michael and I do split the rent 50-50. We would split expenses 50-50. We split electricity 50-50. So although that number can seem high to people, it is what we are splitting half and half, which is within both of our budgets. But I like to be honest. I like to be real. Because I know I'm not the only person from the US or outside of Argentina living here. Lunch break is over. The food, delicious. Fabric Sushi never disappoints. I have never once gotten one disappointing food item from there. I really love the vegan sushi. I don't like fish, so every time I get sushi, I eat like the vegetarian or the vegan option. Highly recommend. I really do. But we are not done with like the workish day yet, because I'm about to hop on to a Spanish class. I take 2 Spanish classes a week. I have 2 different tutors who are amazing. I have been with both of them for about a year now. They are absolutely fantastic, amazing. I love them so much. And these cost me about $10 for each class. I pay a monthly subscription with them, so the price is a little bit different than paying one individual class, and I've been with them for so long. So I'm gonna take that class right now. I always have so much fun because it's always like feeling like I'm catching up with a friend, because I talk with them every single week, like they know what's going on with my life. And then with this tutor, what she does, like in the second half of the class, she'll bring up a topic and there's various questions and we talk about it, and we just have so much fun. I have so much fun and I learned so much Spanish, and she pushes me a lot in my Spanish. So I'm gonna do that right now. That's gonna take me like an hour. After that, I'm gonna hop back on work for a little bit, and then we're gonna take Max to the park. And going to the dog park is free here in Buenos Aires. In New York, surprisingly, it was not free. Michael and I yearly had to pay a registration fee with the county, certifying that Max had his vaccines, that he had his rabies vaccines and all that stuff, and then paying like a county fee yearly to give us access to the dog park. So you may think that dog parks in New York are free. They're not. They're paid for. At least the one we went to was paid for. And there was only one in the whole entire town that we lived in. There was one singular dog park. So when I tell you guys that like I love the dog parks here, I really do, because our dog park experience is little to none, and Max has so much fun. And finally the sun has come out today, and it's such a beautiful day. This whole morning was just rainy, not rainy, but gloomy, cloudy, yucky weather, and it has turned to be just a beautiful day. And that's what I look forward to the most when I'm done with the work day, is like getting outside for like an hour and a half, not being on the screen, and just walking and having such a good time. Usually I'll call my mom during that time too, and it's nice for us to just like catch up and chat, just as if like I was walking with her, because in New York, like I would always go on walks with my mom when I was younger. So I really like doing that, and I walk with Max. So it's like what I look forward to most at the end of the day. And I really have to go because it's 1:59, literally 1:59, and my class starts at 2. Este sector nos está mostrando nuestra relación con el dinero y nuestra capacidad de merecimiento, haciéndonos sentir personas prósperas en todo sentido, dignas de la abundancia.
What you guys don't know is that I cook about 5 or 6 dinners a week. We pretty much always try to go out once a week. And if we don't go out, it's because we're just too lazy. So we'll probably just like ravage whatever here. But today, it's what we like to call a Chipotle bowl, which makes no sense if you've never been to Chipotle, and kind of doesn't make sense if you have been to Chipotle. We just call it this. So basically we have white rice here with sweet beans, lettuce, corn, and chicken thighs. The most expensive thing here is going to be the chicken thighs, which was about 4,000 pesos per kilo. And you have to think about, like, I have to take the bone out of the thigh, so it's kind of more expensive than 4,000 per kilo if, you know, because you're not eating the bone. But yeah, this is, you know, what do we eat this like once a week? It feels like we pretty much eat this once a week. It's really good. You could probably get about like 4 servings if you cook it once. So we probably both have seconds, or we get some leftovers. Chanel's corrected me. She says instead it's probably around like 6 servings.
It is like 7 o'clock at night, and I just made a little trip to Carrefour. I am maybe the biggest snacker in the world. I love a good snack. I'm just a snacker, so I always need to have a good snack in the house. I love the processed American snacks. I really do. Are they good for you? No, but I do love them, and I do miss them. Here in Argentina, I have eaten so much more healthy because I snack less. I eat more natural food. I eat a lot less processed food. But when I'm craving Oreos, I gotta have Oreos. And I think I mentioned this on the vlog before, that when I first came to Argentina and I've tried the regular Oreos like my first week here, I kid you not, it tasted like the healthy version of Oreos in the US, like the healthy, sugar-free version, because I don't think there's as much sugar in these Oreos here as the one in the US, which is like kind of crazy to even think about. Now they taste much more sweet to me, but like when I first came here and I was like so used to like over-processed, over-sugar everything in the US, it was kind of a shock, but now I'm like much more used to it. So at Carrefour, this was 2,200 pesos. So this extra big packet for about $2 US. And this is awesome because Michael and I are gonna probably watch some YouTube, maybe some Netflix, and we're gonna share these. So I'm really excited, and I'm happy that I took you on today's day. I'm happy that I showed you a weekend version, what I spend, and a weekday version, what I spend in the day, because they are very different. I spent this amount of money today, and I spent this amount of money over the weekend. So it gives you a little bit of comparison of what I spend living here. Again, this doesn't reflect every single day. It varies definitely depending on the day, but I feel like today was a pretty good representation of what I do spend in a day, because we barely eat out during the week, and I'm home like every single day during the weekday because a girl's gotta work. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Oh yeah, this is way better.
And you could probably get about 10 wow, you can't get 10.
Oh my gosh, bro. Go down the bagel. Bro, that's crazy. And then Chuck just wants to come.